This is Karen with Spiritual Intuitions, and I'm here to do a full moon reading for you guys. I'm sorry, not full, but new moon. Today is July 5th, and 2024, and this is a new moon reading. I've pulled cards already. I've got three: distant horizons, occupation, and pathway are the cards that we're dealing with in this reading. And I got it to go to the book to read to you. So distant horizons, and before I start, let me preface with, so new moons are about hopes and dreams and planting seeds that you want to germinate and to grow, right? Anything that you want to start, the new moon is a great time to implement it, to start it, to visualize, to even bring it into some form of physical being. It could be by writing, it could be by speaking, however you see fit. But the new moon is a time of new beginnings, and it's a very sensitive time because it's where the germination has just started. It's not fully complete yet. Okay, so here we go. Distant horizons. This is an enabling and unusually positive card. Here, a beautiful dreamlike ship with a gossamer rainbow sails lifts its anchor to fly you to the wide shores of your wildest hopes. Literally, this card represents yearnings, dreams, hopes, wishes. The significator is sailing to a new shore. Literally, this card is the sea, lakes, bodies of water, which is representative of the Cancer season that we're in this new moon right now. Uh, Literally, this card is the sea, lakes, bodies of water, continents, faraway places, foreign people, and greater distances than the pathway. From this sense of foreign contact, it also suggests opening your mind, developing new views, becoming more spiritual or philosophical. Traditionally, its position is important. If next to a positive or hope for card, it can mean it's certainly just a vision that is something unrealized, something that takes more concrete effort to make real, so that it is more than just a daydream. With challenging cards, it suggests a mere fantasy. With false person, card 8, it can connotate alcoholism or addictions. This card can mean daytime in contrast to the coffin card 19, which can mean nighttime. This is a card of dreams and fantasies. The card that follows this one can be a dream or a fear coming to pass. But if the card is followed by this one, it will remain just a dream for the time covered by the reading. Hopes will come to pass if card number 26 is next to this card. It can also stand for messages from overseas. The timing is usually summer, and the direction is southwest. This card indicates that the silver lining on the horizon. It can stand for foreign countries, wanderlust voyages, broadening horizons, new perspectives, and visions. It also has everything to do with water and liquidity. For instance, oceans, seas, or drinks. Distant horizons announce the discovery of spirituality and new adventures. So what I want to say was the card next to it has not a bad connotation. It's the occupation card number 34, which I'm about to read. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about all of the representation of water and us being in the Cancer new moon, and how we can use water, whether it be baths, spiritual baths, whether it be drinking more water, whether it be talking to the water before we drink it to infuse energies that we want into the water. We can speak words and intentions into our water and then drink it. That's a way of manifesting. It's a way of using water to support you as an ally in creating what you want. Okay, so card number 34, let me go there, is occupation. Here we meet seamstress in her workroom stitching fabric on the Trindle sewing machine. She appears to be deeply absorbed and working late into the evening. She is doing skilled hard handwork as a trade, but it's hard and not well paid. This worker doesn't have a cushy desk job with a big, bright career. This card can represent self employment, freelancing, DIY work, piecework, what you cobble together. From her sense of absorption, it can also represent a hobby or a sport or a craft on or avocation you devote much of your effort to. And thus, it means starting something, beginning a project, spending a lot of effort. I usually associate this card with autumn. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work, Aristotle. Occupation indicates all mental and physical activities, for example, sports, hobbies, or your daily work. In the context of a relationship, it may indicate that the questioner is working on the relationship to overcome difficulties. Of course, it is key card for the job. This card references handcrafting, working in arts, doing work you enjoy. You could be working for a company if it's your chosen career path. It means self-employment in combination with card 26. It can also be manual work but what's some pleasant such as gardening. So what I'm getting is that you could be wanting to actually transverse or change your career, or spirit may be nudging you to do that. They're certainly nudging me to change my occupation to something that is more passionate, something that is more of what my calling is, which is the work that I'm doing with you guys right now. Part of that is this. So it has to do with intuition, with spirituality, with teaching. So a lot of you could be in the same position when it comes to this. And it could be that you're going to be doing this work not in your hometown, not on your home territory, but in distant horizons. And then the last card I had pulled was Pathway, and the card is beautiful. It has butterflies and sunlight, and it looks very promising. So card 35, I'm going to read that real quick. The significator arrives at a long rocky forest pass. It winds uphill, but the trees seem cool and inviting. The destination can't quite be seen, but it looks like there's a pleasant patch of sun after the climb. Literally, it is the paths, roads, walkways, tracks, and trails. From this, it derives a sense of long races like marathons or triathlons. It's a long road, so it's also representative distance and a good length of time. This leads to timing, hint of 1 or 2 years. There is a light at the end of the tunnel now. Pathways may be announced overcoming the distance both temporarily and spiritually. If you don't try to force the matter, you'll experience continuous development. This card may concern the slow growth of partnership or long-term career planning. Pathway is also a symbol for all roads, streets, and ways, forests, and nature. And when I hear pathway, I think of the road less traveled, the one less traversed. So the spiritual road, the road that is like a triathlon, where you're going to be required to be flexible. There's going to be bends and turns and mountains and things to conquer and things to, glide through. A lot of changes is what I'm feeling with this card and pathway. But it's a pathway worth your effort. It's a pathway, they're telling me, that will be so abundant and far beyond your wildest imaginations in terms of your appreciation and your gratification and your just overwhelming feeling of satisfaction. It's well worth it, because all of the hard work that you put into it, all of the devotion, all of the focus that you put into this pathway, this new beginning, this path less travel, will come to fruition in a very highly abundant way. And they're saying not just one way, many ways. So, whatever it is that you're working on, you have been working on, and when it's at 1 to 2 years, it doesn't mean that it's going to take you that long. You could have been working on a passion or a hobby or dealing with something for years, like I have. I've been doing readings for over 20 years. I've been doing altars and rituals for over 20 years. And when I started, it wasn't popular. It was like very heavily disparaged. But I did it because it rang true to me. And I stayed on the path. And I'm so happy that I did because it's brought me to right in alignment with where I feel the age of Aquarius is taking us as a planet. And it's showing me how I could be of service in many more ways than I ever imagined, and how much my knowledge and my perseverance and the wisdom that I've gotten by traversing that path has given me to share, to help, to lay foundations for future generations. So I'm not sure where you are with this, but trust and know that you're in the exact right spot. Take this time to further expand whatever it is that the path is, that is your passion, that is your gift. And don't hesitate, they're saying. Don't hesitate, go for it. May you be blessed in all things. Thank you for contacting and clicking into my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a good day. Bye-bye.